Hi, this is Will from My Spiritual Clarity, and today's video is about how networking and marketing, the payoff of it is not necessarily new clients, it's actually increased connection. That the reason why we as healers and therapists and coaches would even want to do it in the first place is to increase our connection with others. So I'm here at the airport today, I'm flying down for a conference to Florida, and I had to go through US Customs here because it's the first time I'm flying direct from Nova Scotia to the States. Usually we go through Toronto, Montreal, somewhere else. And so I wasn't mentally prepared for it. And I thought this is a perfect example of how when we often do as healers, coaches, therapists, when we do networking online, in person we seem to be better. Most of us kind of come alive, that's our natural place. So this is more if you want to do networking online, but you get dysregulated, activated, you don't enjoy it. But you have a feeling that you could be great at it and it could be great for your business if you could get over the hurdle, if you could get through the dip. You might actually enjoy it, and it may lead to what you're hoping is more clients, but what I can guarantee, if you do it right, it'll lead to better connection, human connection from the heart. So, here at the airport, I had to go through US Customs. It's a little jarring. I had to take off my sneakers, even though they're wafer thin. You know, usually you only have to take off boots. And it's just a heightened level of security, and it's jarring, slightly dysregulating. I get into the gate area afterwards, and it's quite small, and there's no place to fill up my water bottle. And then I do finally find the water fountain, but I can't quite fill my water bottle because they don't seem to value clean drinking water in this section of the airport. All the things that get me, a few of the little things that get me slightly dysregulated. So I had some time here, had to call my credit card company for a thing before I leave, and all the stuff, all the life stuff. So I just finished some breath work, and I feel fantastic. It has gotten me back to who I am, grounded, who I really am, which is grounded and connected. And that's what I want to offer to you when you're doing your networking online. I've been using LinkedIn a lot lately, and I recently connected with someone, this wonderful coach, public speaker, she's a keynote speaker. I'm not going to say her name here, obviously, but I've been following a new system that kind of I came up with, and part of it that someone else taught me, and it has led to a real, honest, heartfelt connection. And we'll see, maybe it turns into collaboration or clients for her or for me, I don't know. But it reminded me for the 1,000,000th time that the reason why I bother with social media in the first place is not to get clients. It's to connect with human beings. And as one of the new marketplaces, as one of the new places you can begin connection, it's just like dating. Sometimes I think that we healers if we applied our same dislike of networking online and social media and marketing, if we applied that to the dating world, that means you want to skip all the first dates, magically find the one right away, and never have to worry about any of the other stuff that goes along with finding the one, which maybe you also desire that, but it's not usually reality. Sometimes it is, but not usually. And also with business, then you'd have to have that exact same process every time for all the clients you'd ever need, which the chances of that are very slim to none. So at some point, you have to be a little uncomfortable. At some point, you got to go through security. At some point, you got to go through all the airport stuff and not be in your comfort zone. So how do you do it? How do you do it and stay grounded in you, in who you really are, in your rhythm? How do you stay centered in flow instead of force? Because that's the name of the game, is being grounded, being in flow, being you, even when a dog is barking during your video. I'm in a public place, what would I think? Even when you're doing something that is initially uncomfortable, until you get to connection. So you're doing all the stuff on LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever it is, to get to connection, to get to human connection, to have a coffee chat, to have a collaboration call, to connect as human beings. That's why we do it. You got to get through security if you want to get to, in my case, Florida. Not that I'm super excited about Florida in particular, but I'm very excited about the people I'm going to get to see. Super excited about that. And the adventure of travel. You got to go through security to get to the adventure. You got to go through some of the rigmarole of online social media to get to connection. And that's why we do it. More on this later. And have an amazing day. Bye-bye for now.